This is Super Orange Gamer, and you're listening to the MagCast. Hey guys, welcome back to the MagCast. Today we have with us most of our default members. After 4 episodes, I realized, we're not going to be that default yet, but let's just move on with it. I'm Super Orange Gamer, as usual, as you probably know by now. We also have Ixion.
Hello.
Lantis.
Hey guys.
Dragon.
Hi.
And Insultabot.
Hello.
Of course. And I would just like to mention that it is Insultabot that is making this stream available to you. So send him cookies.
Yeah,
Via
also,
my
guys,
internets.
By the way, guys, y'all watching on YouTube, we stream this now. You can watch this when, happen live.
And ask questions
sometime
again.
Sunday night.
Yeah,
what we're going to start doing is we're going to announce it the day of. So watch our Twitter, watch our Facebook, go to the MAG, RPGMMAG.com, and look for those announcements. And you can join us in the chat, be a part of it. You can bring up questions, and we will do our best to answer them.
We are the community. You are the show. That's basically it.
Absolutely.
Without you guys,
that's
we
good.
are nothing.
That's really good.
Yes.
That's really good. Oh, pop shove it. Just like Tony Hawk. Anyways.
Perfect.
So, guys, what have you all been up to? Anything fun?
Resident Evil. That's all I've been playing pretty much
Is
all
that
week.
really fun, Lantis?
Well, that's kind of a
Loaded
there's
dice.
no simple answer. I have a love-hate relationship with that game. Shut up.
No simple answer.
There isn't.
Do you like it? Well,
Would you give it a rose if you were on The Bachelor?
No, but I might send it. Birthday card on its birthday, maybe.
wow. Okay, that's good.
You'll have to actually do that. Take pictures.
I think you should do a Bachelor parody with
That
Resident
would be
Evil 6.
so good. Yeah,
Well,
all the
so
games,
good, like
and if Resident
retrospective.
Evil is the one to get the rose. Myself, I've been playing, as far as just last night, and that's all I'm going to talk about, was, for some reason, somebody was very, very kind and gave me a copy of Civilization 4, so thank you, Twitch
Nice.
viewers. Very awesome. I haven't
Wow.
streamed it yet because I wanted to play it first and not be stupid, because I only played Civ 2 before this. That was on the PlayStation, not even on the PC. And I was hooked. I played it for 10 hours straight last night. Love it. I got to
What
the end
the
and kept
heck,
on
man?
going. Like I had to close the game just now because I was like, oh yeah, we got to do this.
Oh boy, that's
What about
crazy.
you, Iggs?
So, you like
Did we
Civilization?
lose you?
Yeah, it's pretty
it's-
good.
Oh, okay.
I would give it a rose.
X, what you been up to?
Well, as you would know, I'm playing Resident Evil 6 with Lantis over here.
Yeah.
Ooh, this game is... Ooh, this game.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
All right.
No,
I'm just gonna
here's
hit
the-
this. Yeah.
Okay, let me do it.
Go ahead. All right.
Okay,
So,
so-
real quick,
Shut up! Okay, here's the lowdown right quick. This game has 3 different sets of scenarios, and depending on which one you choose, the game can either be really good or really bad.
Wow.
And
Oh,
that's
gosh.
just the way it is.
well,
Let's take over.
That's just the way it is.
and regardless of what campaign you play, they still made the dramatic change of taking out all weapon upgrades. So the weapon you get, it's not any stronger than what it is when you get it.
Weapons are hard,
And
Lantis.
Also, there is no universal chest or briefcase from RE4 or inventory management screen from like RE5. The equipment you have on your person at the time is your items, period. You'll be leaving stuff behind all the time. It really is irritating. And, it took a lot to get used to, but, and you know what? Me and Ix yesterday just started playing Mercenaries. We're in Mercenaries and you're not in there but for like 6 minutes. So the items you're given you can last with, and there's no real need for gun upgrades because you're
Right.
only in there for so long. So, with those aspects, taken out, it seems to be a much more fun game, I guess. So
I would agree.
Okay.
What about you, Dre?
I've been putting off Supplement's Quest for the Playground for various reasons. Also,
Yeah.
I've been playing Final Fantasy Legend 3 with Lantis.
Yep.
We're not making great progress. I'd like to make more. That
Oh,
way I
man.
could get to Beyond Good and Evil.
Oh,
by the way, you
yeah.
can
that's a
actually
nice
watch
feature.
Dre play Final Fantasy Legends 3. He's been
Yep.
recording our playthrough. It doesn't have any commentary. It's just a long play, so you can check that out.
YouTube. We'll post a link to that channel, of course, as usual,
Right.
in the show notes,
Mm-hmm.
because we love to give our own members some love.
It's a
If you're
separate
not a
channel.
member,
Yep.
Yep. Which is convenient because it's all organized that way, I feel.
Yeah.
But anyways, as for me, I haven't been doing much. Enjoying the heck out of Retro City Rampage. We covered that last week. And also, I'd love to give some love to 2 other Vita things just right quick. Samurai Beatdown, which is $1 on the indie Vita. It's called like a mobile marketplace. Really fun little rhythm game, and it has planned updates. And it's only $1.
I wonder if that
And-
marketplace is also shared with the Sony PlayStation certified devices, like all those other phones and whatnot.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It absolutely is. But the Vita seems to have the best controls.
Yeah.
Well,
No surprise.
yeah, that goes without saying.
Yes.
And also Super Crate Box, which is like an odd number, like $3.49. If you haven't played this yet, it is addictive. It's like arcade goodness. So I just wanted to recommend that stuff right quick before we go on and stuff. But that's what I've been playing anyways. So let's just get into this. Basically, we have some more Xbox Live Arcade releases, of course, because we can't go too long without them. We have
Nothing wrong
Serious
with
Sam, BFE, and Toe Jam and Earl.
Oh, and
So
Toe Jam
what's
and
up
Earl
with this?
2 was also announced. They're both
I didn't
coming.
see that.
Yes, they were both
Yes.
announced.
Great glory. I love those
Yes.
games when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So thank you, Sega, and thank you whoever made Serious Sam, because my wife loves the series, and so do I.
Wow. That's cool.
I actually don't even know what Serious Sam is. Could you give a quick summary?
Yeah, so
Uh,
it's a first-person shooter,
Mm-hmm.
and it isn't one of those cover games. It's not one of those adventure games. It's nothing deep. It is basically you've got a bunch of really, really powerful guns, and the enemies blow up when you shoot them. The enemies come non-stop. They come in waves of 100 at a time in a big old open battlefield. Lots of different wacky guns and wacky enemies, and it's just a fun game.
It's mindless fun, really.
Yes,
Oh.
thank you. Mindless fun. That's a good way to put it.
We have something in the chat actually as well. Ice mentions that he also bought Knights, which
Yes.
is a point worth making because Sega has released Knights and Sonic Adventure 2 has come out or is coming out soon.
And Jet Set Radio
add.
Future, and Sega's
Yeah, I got
looking
Jet
back and
Set.
saying, you know what? We can't make games now, but we used to. Let's try to focus on that. Let's make some money.
So is anyone else planning on getting those besides me and Bot? Any of the games?
I've never played Knights, but I've heard good things. I'll probably pick that up.
And of course, if you get it on Xbox Live Arcade, you can always use the trial. I think PSN is doing more trials, but they're harder to find. I think on their marketplace.
that
Although
sucks.
speaking of their marketplace is revamped. It will be re-releasing this month, at the end of this month, I believe. It might be like the 23rd or something like that. Their marketplace will now be essentially the Xbox 360 NXE. So that's the previous update. Their marketplace will look just like the NXE, not the current tile-based system for Kinect. And no
Yeah.
ads. So imagine an Xbox 360 dashboard that we all loved, and no ads. That's the Sony's
I don't even
PlayStation
know
3
what
marketplace.
it look like without ads anymore. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's disgusting. It's literally disgusting
Yes.
how many ads are on the Xbox Live dashboard.
It really is.
It's
I
every
remember when
bit
I
of
could
it.
actually see my wallpaper. You can't see it anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And I paid money for it too.
Oh,
Are you getting
honestly,
any of the
if
new
you
releases,
paid
Stray?
money for a service, you shouldn't have to deal with ads. Ads should be for free services only.
Yeah.
We're gonna be getting there. Oh, will
Yeah.
we? But are you getting any of the new games, Stray? Like the Sega ones or anything?
I don't really know much about which games are coming out, and honestly, I am in a poor state of funding at the moment, so
Yeah, I get that.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. But they'll probably will be there by the time you get some more income in, so you will have the
Yeah.
opportunity.
well,
and also
hopefully
try out the Bing,
we'll get to that
the Bing
later.
rewards.
Yeah.
But aside from that, let's move away from Xbox. We all love Xbox, I'm sure,
Yeah, I'm sure.
to some people's chagrin. But we got more info on Animal Crossing, and some people don't like Nintendo, but that's okay.
I don't not
We're all
like
different.
Nintendo.
They keep stealing our
I wasn't
games.
talking about you. I wasn't talking about you, man.
Why
I know
why
that
they
people
steal our
would've-
games?
Oh. Don't assume stuff about Lantis. He
Oh,
is
you-
an all-around
the whole-
good guy.
No,
anyways.
no, I just don't want people to think I actually hate Nintendo when I don't.
Yeah, and I don't actually hate Donkey Kong Country 3. I want to go on record saying that real quick. In relation to Nintendo.
Yeah, I like Donkey Kong Country 3. If anybody saw the race we were in, I was cursing up
Yeah.
a storm. I don't like Kiddy Kong at all. But the game itself is really good.
Yeah, go buy that. Go buy that if it's on Virtual Console.
It's
And then
probably
1 and
not
2 are.
because it's a good game.
Hey,
I
1 and
said
2
it.
are.
That's how they decide.
Okay, but anyways, we got 45 minutes, and it's in Japanese, sorry. Nintendo Direct video gameplay of Animal Crossing.
Oh gosh.
And it showed off some of the new features, like your ability to make some choices as mayor and hit up your animals for tax money, which you can use discretionarily, which is kind of terrible, but kind of fun sounding.
My
Anyone
question
else have some
is,
thoughts?
how can you actually play 45 minutes of straight Animal Crossing and it all be new content?
You love your villagers.
I'm just saying, like, that you don't really do anything in Animal Crossing other than wander around and mess around with stuff. I mean,
Yeah, it's a sandbox.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. It's
It
like
is
a
what you make
sim.
of it, I guess.
It is what you make
Oh,
it.
I kind of make it a point that I don't really play games that don't have an end.
I would argue the end
Usually.
of Animal Crossing is like a Harvest Moon. Like, if you max out your whole village. Like, do you agree, Dre? Because I know you've played it, right?
I've played it, but I never found anything that would qualify as an end. It just
Oh.
kept on going.
Yeah, it doesn't have a true end.
Well, I know, but like there doesn't seem to be any sort of goal aside from paying your loan.
Yeah.
I guess that's the only goal there
it's
is,
a
really.
assortment
What
of like
happens when
mini
you-
goals.
What happens when you pay off your loan?
I forget,
You
it's
get-
been a while.
You get like the biggest house. That's about it. Tom Nook is a
You
crook.
could take out another loan and build a bigger house.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds awesome.
It's a pyramid scheme.
It's an in-game
What's the-
pyramid scheme.
Oh, you'd like a different color roof? Oh, wonderful. You'll go back into debt to me. No, don't worry. I'll change the color for free. Freaking Tom Nook. But I think it's, we're just touching on this really briefly. I think it is what you make of it. We'll cover more of that when the game is closer to release.
Yeah,
Right.
but while
we're
we're far
excited.
from release and Nintendo is still working on it, Nintendo, I'd just like to tell you, I know you're not watching this, but please let us play as an animal. This is the 5th game in the series. Why can't we be an animal yet?
And it's called
That's an
Animal
interesting
Crossing.
fact, yeah, because you always play as a human, and yet the entire village is animals.
I would
Wow.
like
That's
to
a
be
good
a
point.
penguin.
Holy
Just saying.
crap! I never even noticed.
That's a really
It's
good
a
point.
conspiracy with Tom Nook. Like, it's even worse in the new game because you're the mayor, and it's kind of like discrimination because you're bossing around all the little animals and stealing all their money.
Oh man,
Oh my
PETA's
God.
gonna have a time with this.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Oh,
love
no.
it. I bet they've already done something on that. I don't want to Google it and find out right now.
I don't either. 'Cause
They did it-
That
Someone
would
in the
just make
chat
me
PETA did a
sad.
Flash game based on Black 2 and White 2.
Oh, oh, freaking PETA.
Yeah, with their vice president who has a cow heart in there.
Ew.
You know, being a
Gross.
hypocrite and all.
But
Anyway.
we are not an animal podcast, and we do feel bad for the animals abused by PETA.
I'm for
We will move on.
I see what you did there.
True story.
It is a true story.
Yeah.
But we got some TV show adaptations going on here with Battlefield Bad Company. I played a couple of the games. Anyone else?
Boy,
Yes,
yeah.
I played through Bad Company 1 and 2, and when I first heard this little bit of news, I thought, this is the dumbest thing ever, but oh, it's on Fox. Never mind, who cares? Turns out, though, it after looking a little bit further, it could be a good comedy. So it's
Comedy?
It's a comedy?
yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah,
it's
the
just
bad-
hold up. Let me give you a couple of facts here.
Go ahead.
John Eisendrath, the producer and writer for Alias, he did a good job with Alias. Alias was an action drama that was really funny, so that was really good. But basically, the story is there's the Bad Company guys from the game. They retire, and now they're going to rejoin the public society. They're trying to just be normal people. Nothing crazy
Huh.
there, but they find out that their commanding officer had used them to further the interests of shadow units within the government. So their commanding officer wants them dead. And so they're going to be
My
just,
God.
it might be kind of like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, where they're just shopping and all of a sudden they're fighting off assassins, just stupid stuff. It could be good for laughs, just quick action. I'm not saying it's going to be a good show, but I'm saying it has just enough in it that it could be interesting to watch. It could be funny at times. Probably nothing I'll follow, honestly. But
Now with the studio
I have a little bit
audience
more-
laugh track.
yeah, that's true.
All I'm saying is
Also,
that
instead of the people at DICE, the developers of Bad Company being a part of it, EA, the people who own Bad
Ugh.
Company,
Ugh.
sent a couple of their
Ugh.
guys. So who knows if
Vomit.
it'll even follow any of, maybe the characters will be totally redone. Maybe it won't really be anything about the game. Maybe this is just, a tie-in and that's it. Although it could
TV
also be,
equivalent of the news of the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Except
Yes,
with
exactly.
So
It could
let
be-
me
Battlefield.
get this
be that.
straight. This is a video game turned into a live action media,
yes,
which is already bad enough because
Yes.
that's just solid. But it's from EA as
yes,
well.
yes, and Fox, EA and Fox. So there you go.
Oh,
Wow,
Oh,
it
Sony
was like
TV
the perfect
And
storm.
Happy Madison are also involved. Sony TV and Happy Madison are also involved in the production of the show.
Oh, God.
That doesn't mean much. That just means they're given money and equipment.
you know what? I need
Grain of
another
salt.
bullet hole in my head. Sure, I'll watch it.
Yeah. So, well,
Get a bullhorn.
I'm
just
not
yell at
excited
you.
for it, but I think it because it has the guy from Alias. I think it has a little bit of hope.
I don't
Not
even know
much.
what Alias is.
You know what? I'm gonna TiVo it because I am just that curious.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When it
And it
comes
could be
out.
good.
It could come out and timed with a new Bad Company game that's not announced yet. Who knows?
Uh-huh.
Well, give it
Who
a
knows?
chance, I guess.
Yeah.
We don't know. But, after all that's said, then we got some more real life, video game life is real life, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Resident Evil has taken over Universal Studios in Osaka, Japan.
And
Real life.
did y'all see the video for that?
No, this is
No.
new to me.
I saw
Yeah,
it.
what is all that
but-
about?
Anyone else?
It's basically a Resident Evil themed like thing you go through.
Like ours? With Alien? I think.
Oh, okay. So it's like a. Well, I don't know how many people know, but Kings of Dominion has something called I think it's like Spooktober Fest.
Spook.
Yeah, they all have.
So
them.
basically, you go through this and there's zombies coming after you.
Yeah.
That
Is
could
that
be
it?
kind of cool.
Japanese zombies.
Actually,
Might
that would
be
make an
cool.
interesting game concept. Maybe
Zombie
Capcom
da.
to take this idea and have a video game based on this.
Yeah.
Yes.
It'd be-
Yeah.
Get into the roller coaster, and then you have a Left 4 Dead 2 crossover with Dark Carnival.
That was a good campaign, at least.
Don't tempt them because then they'll make a Kinect on rail shooter.
Oh yeah. Come on, guys! It's like Typing of the Dead, except with a light gun.
Oh,
Yeah.
Typing of the Dead was awesome.
I like Typing of the Dead. Now I feel bad.
But yeah, this little like Resident Evil thing, like it was just kind of something you kind of walked around, right? It was just kind of meandered around, hung out, and chilled. And there'd be actors like zombies dressed up, like walking around and stumbling over things. There was even some dude dressed in a full like Nemesis costume.
Wow.
Walking
Oh,
Dude.
awesome.
Yeah,
You know, it's a good thing it's happening in Japan and not America, because if somebody turned a corner on a lot of Americans, it would be immediate punch to the face.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
But we
But
have our own stuff like
it
that.
doesn't even end there. They have like people dressed as the Cerberus dogs,
Oh, really?
walking around on all fours.
Wow.
Oh, that is awesome.
Pay
That's
that
amazing.
guy some good money.
Yeah.
I
Like-
want that job.
But I thought I would have loved to have been there. Let me see what else was there. They had
Malachi in the
liquors.
chat says that those dogs are actually robots.
The robots?
Yes.
They are
Oh.
Japanese
Oh.
robots.
Well, they did kind of look like inflated. Maybe they were just kind of. But
Maybe.
yeah, there were liquors and regular zombies, Nemesis, Cerberus. I can't really think of anything else. I kind of clicked over the video at places.
That could be an interesting vacation. I mean, if I had some money, that's something I might enjoy
Exactly.
doing.
Their theme parks are insane.
Yeah.
Which are originally our theme parks, but most of ours attractions have gone under and stuff, which is
Yes.
sad.
Yeah.
Economy downturn and all that crap.
Yeah.
But yeah, we gotta keep moving on.
Thanks,
Looks
Orange
like we
Gamer.
have
I
some
am
past
depressed
amusement
now.
parks. I know, I depressed myself. I was thinking about
Wow.
Geauga Lake, which no one else knows about. But we have some more news here. Pokemon Black and White 2 dropped, I believe, last Sunday. Yeah, it's still accurate, I think. I'm so sorry. And as with most Pokemon game launches now, to your chagrin or to your joy, there's a legendary involved, but only a short time. As a mystery gift through Wi-Fi, this time it's called Genesect, and it's only available until November 12th in your games. So go ahead and get that. I
So-
mean, that's just a quick mention.
I don't know how I feel about that because there
I hate
are
it.
there are people out there who are
Hate it.
completionists, right? And
Yeah, it
due to
bothers me.
circumstances, some people will not be able to get it, and that really sucks for them.
I
I
know.
hate it. There should not be a Pokemon that you will permanently be unable to get simply because you miss an event. It's fine if
Right.
you like kill a Pokemon in the game that you should have caught instead, but to miss an event. I mean, I got screwed over from Celebi because they were giving away at Six Flags and I didn't know it, so I tried winning a Game Boy Color, and it's a long story
Yeah.
that made short. It's actually a short
Yeah.
story, but basically, after that, I gave up on ever hoping to get the event Pokemon.
That and I also want
I have
point
to
out.
disagree with you guys.
Oh,
I think it's great. I personally don't play Pokemon anymore. I only play Red and Fire Red, and I still play Fire Red, by the way, and I'll have more to say on that next week as well.
Yeah.
But as far as having Pokemon come out that are exclusive to an event, that's not shortchanging you. That's saying, hey, I was a part of something. For those people that were there, they took home something. They are now a part of an elite. They're part of an event. They have
The
something.
10-year-old elite. That
Yeah.
was a big deal way back when Mew was
Well-
only given away at like the Nintendo Center
Right.
in New York.
well, then if that's the
and at
case,
certain cons.
what it should have been is they could have got that now and then made that Pokemon available to be got another way later for everybody else who wasn't able to attend.
Yeah, I
don't,
agree
I don't
with
think
that.
they need to do that. I disagree, but that's just me.
I feel gypped.
People
At
shouldn't be
least.
able to be forced to permanently miss out forever. That's just not fair.
Well, here's the thing.
Right.
At least with the Wi-Fi thing, people all over the world can get this Pokemon, I believe. So it's,
Yeah, they
it's
can.
It's not like you're just stuck out of it and only like maybe 100 people have it. I'm pretty sure like maybe 1 million
Anyone
or
who
2
has a
million will
copy.
have this. So you could probably
Yeah.
trade for it if you really want it.
They actually have
And Game
communities
Sharks.
centered around that.
Huh.
You do trade backs. They trade you one. They usually have more than one because you can get one for each copy of the game. They usually have more than one. And they
Oh.
will help you fill your Pokedex, which is nice.
That's
because-
another thing. The whole trading Pokemon, like even the old Pokemon, like you couldn't get, what was it, Alakazam without trading,
Yeah. I think
and that's lame too. Because what if people don't? Not everybody is socially active online or with other gamers, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they used to have Pokemon
back
leagues
then,
for
I
this.
was in a town that was rather
Yeah.
poor. Not a lot of people had Game Boys. So I actually was one of the only kids with a Game Boy. So I had to trade with my brother, and he'd stopped playing, so I just stole his Game Boy and would trade with myself.
I've done that before.
I've done that.
Ultimate lonely kid.
Yeah.
Forever alone.
Yeah.
Oh, did anybody see that that one picture for Forever Alone where it was Portal and the dude was just holding his own
jeez,
hand?
I don't think that one. Okay, good. I'm glad you said that one. That one was great. Yeah.
Yeah, that I know what you were thinking, Insulted Bot, and I
Thank you.
defaulted it there too.
I have no
I don't
idea
know
what
you're
either
talking
of you are
Then
talking
don't worry about it.
Okay.
Is I
That'll be post-show content.
that'll be $5 to duel
It's DLC.
for copyright. But DLC, we have Gearbox release Necromancer a week early.
Yeah.
So she's out.
Yep.
I had
Awesome.
no idea, actually.
Oh, I know. I've already
You
got
didn't?
her. I haven't played her yet because I'm still working on my second playthrough with Assassin.
Now I'm upset. They promised me DLC on the 16th. What's going to happen on the 16th now?
Yeah. Pirate's Booty!
What?
I shouldn't have been so excited about that, but that chick does look cute.
Yeah.
Kawaii.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're
so-
getting DLC. I don't know if that's early, but it's the first major one that's actually covered with Season Pass.
Yep.
Yeah,
Very
tell me,
excited.
And
Tell
I'm
me
nowhere
about
near
this.
ready.
I would like to know
I'm
more.
just upset. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I would like to know more.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just like so out of it. But I don't know that much about it right
I
now.
don't think anybody does, really.
I mean,
there's a
we
couple
just got a
of
screenshot.
people that were able to play it early. They've been playing it since a week and a half ago, and I'm very jealous.
Jealous.
Very jealous.
I'm just very jealous. There's a couple things here. There's new enemies, sand skiff vehicle, which is kind of like a Star Wars Boba Fett type vehicle, so it's probably a reference.
Right.
And there's
And
a
also
new
like Breath of Fire
town.
4. That it reminds me of the Breath of Fire 4 ship that sailed on sand.
You know what
Sailed
I
on
want more than
sand.
anything else? To be able
Sand
to hijack
barge.
a buzzard.
Yeah.
I know.
That would be awesome.
I tried. I was like, yes, here it comes. Oh.
Aww.
That's funny.
But my theory is partially coming true, as with kind of like a new MMO expansion, they're releasing a new currency too. Seraph crystals. Angel crystals, basically. But no one knows what you're going to be able to buy yet with it.
There's nothing else in
So-
game to really, like, SDUs are covered with iridium and everything else is just regular cash. I don't see what else you could possibly...
Yeah.
Just buy oranges. That would be terrible,
Oranges, yeah.
actually.
Maybe it's actually the
Game-breaking.
fuel for your sand skiff. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who
It's
knows?
fuel for your Star Wars references. That's about it.
Yeah.
But that brings us to the meat of the podcast. The big guns. Except, kind of big dorky guns. So I guess like Halo guns.
Well, we are gamers.
Exactly. Digital distribution.
Them
It's a
double D's.
biggin'. The big old
Is it
devil
okay if I
cookies.
take a quick poll? Who here is for digital distribution? I am.
I'm for.
Well,
Just yes or no, not ifs and buts.
Oh, yeah. I'm for.
so you mean
Okay.
overall?
Overall. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And I am also for it.
So
Okay.
that's good. That's a good
So
way
it's
to end this
unanimous.
conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before you take away our arguments and how we tear this apart, keep in mind that on the whole, Preparation H does feel good.
Oh, come
sorry,
on.
sorry.
bud.
Austin Powers. Austin
Yeah,
Powers.
I
It happened.
got it.
I know. I got it. I got
Anyway,
the memo.
as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah. So anyway, so don't take away that we hate it, that all this, because
Yeah,
everybody has the arguments about it.
absolutely.
So just remember that mostly we like digital distribution.
Listen to that man.
It is
He
a neat idea.
smart. Right. So, first off, we have PlayStation Plus. It's based on it. Do you guys feel it's worth it?
Well,
Absolutely.
personally, I do because my wife got PlayStation Plus for free for working at GameStop. So
Nice. So
Just
just pretend you paid money for what content you're able to get.
but that makes me a little bit more sad.
Yeah. Okay. So I love it. Somebody gave me a month of it, and so again, thank you, Twitch. And it was
Jeez.
amazing.
Wait, you didn't pay
So,
for it either?
Not the first month, but and I've only had it for about a week and a half. So somebody gifted it for me, and I loved it so much. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and buy a year subscription right now, even though I haven't even utilized it to its fullest. I don't care. This is an amazing deal. So with PlayStation Plus, it's a tiered system, or it's not a tiered system. They have a tiered subscription, so it's cheaper if you buy more of it. So I bought the year, $50 for a year of
Same as Xbox
PlayStation
Live.
Plus.
So.
PlayStation Plus doesn't mean now you can connect to the internet, now you can play with your friends like it does on Xbox. On PlayStation, it means you just get good deals. You get super huge discounts. You get a lot of free games. I have
Free.
18 games for free.
Borderlands 1 is one of the free games.
wow.
What?
I missed that one. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
If you miss it, if they take that game away and it's no longer free, you missed it. No big deal because they're constantly changing up what's free. But if you bought it when it was free and then they take it away, it's not like you lose that game.
Right.
As long as you're a PlayStation Plus member, you have access to everything you have ever bought with that membership.
Yep.
And by bought, I mean it was free. It's just you now own the rights.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that was the first thing that got downloaded when the wife got
Very
home
good.
and got it set up was Borderlands 1. Didn't pay a dime for it.
And you have complete access to it in its fullest. You're not restricted in any way.
And
It's
It's not
amazing.
even on disc. It's a digital copy of it. So
Yes. So
And that's awesome.
PlayStation is doing it right, in my opinion.
yeah,
Hmm.
They
like
they
this
did
is,
a
this
very
is
good
awesome.
thing there.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine it? This is actually kind of one-upping Xbox Live now
Absolutely.
because originally, PlayStation Network was free, and you pay for Xbox Live and whatever. But now they're literally the same thing now, except one you could play without paying for, but you get more if you do. Whereas
Yes.
if you don't pay for Xbox Live, you just don't get
Well,
squat.
Exactly.
I still don't have it. You guys are convincing me more. But my biggest selling point on the 360, I don't give a crap about most of the gold stuff, but I love being able to play different games and talking to my friends.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
is-
that's the chief
I know,
thing for me
silly.
as well. And
Yeah.
with PlayStation, you don't have there's no dedicated
system,
mic
yeah.
or party system either. So it makes
It's
sense.
And they didn't
simple.
make their own mic. They said, "Okay, I hope you have a Bluetooth one," and it confused consumers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I wouldn't
and
even mind that.
And that's a horrible way to go because
Yeah.
most Bluetooth headsets kind of suck and they have to be
Yes.
charged. And I don't want to sit there and have
Absolutely.
my head somewhere close to a wall socket so I can try to balance a Bluetooth headset in my ear with the charging cable plugged into a wall.
Hey guys, just
Yeah.
talking with my head.
Yeah,
completely
me and Ix
inside.
had a little bit of experience using PSN for that kind of thing when we were playing Street Fighter 4, I think.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and I came out of that like, whatever. Xbox
Yeah.
Live is better. It's nice to be able to play, all of us being in a party, just hanging out, chilling, playing completely different games. Like, SK might be in Tales of Vesperia, I'll be in, like, Borderlands, and X could be in Resident Evil. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Easy way to
absolutely.
drop in and out of parties, switch, in the party being able to switch from party chat to in-game chat, and, just all this lovely, lovely stuff that PSN should honestly just rip it right on off. I mean, Xbox and PlayStation both ripped off Wii with their frickin' Kinect and Move, so I don't see what's stopping them from ripping this off. Like, just go on. In fact, I encourage Nintendo to rip off Xbox Live. Please!
Yes.
Yeah.
Please
Oh
do
my
it.
gosh.
I know. I want them to do it so badly.
Just do it!
Oh,
Copy pasta!
Nintendo. I don't, Dre, you don't have a PS3, right?
No.
I might as well not have one. I haven't touched it in 4 months.
That's like my Wii.
I'm so sorry, guys. I don't have much to input on the PSN Plus topic. I will
It's
just
cool.
go ahead and admit that. But you guys have convinced me that we got a 1 month trial with one of the games my girlfriend bought called Journey or whatever she was interested in. She
Right.
got it. So I'm going to try it out and maybe I'll like it because you guys make it
Nice.
sound pretty awesome.
Well,
Good.
and also, just to touch back on this a little bit, PSN really needs to get a stronger library of, like, PSN titles. Because right now, they get very few, like, good exclusive ones, whereas Xbox Live gets all the fantastic ones. Like, PlayStation Network still doesn't have Dust, I don't believe. Like, that game is so good.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get Beyond Good and Evil on it either. Nor Perfect
Nope.
Dark, or a multitude of really good XBLA games.
But then, as much as I love to download games, if I download a game, like all like Dust, like you said, and all these games that are really great, if I find out that I don't like a game after I've already bought it, I mean, yes, there are trials, but some trials are rather limited in what they can actually show you. What happens then?
yeah.
What if I buy a game?
well-
I can't return it.
No.
I can't gift it. I can't sell it. I can't do any
Well,
of that with it.
My argument is it's not like you paid $60 for it. You've paid, what, $10, $15? That's one of the great things about digital distribution and XBLA PSN games. They're cheap.
yeah.
That's
if you
of
don't
the,
like it, it's not like you're out a full AAA title cost.
Yes, but they do offer AAA titles. They do offer full retail games as digital downloads. Like Borderlands 2 on PSN was a day one download. You could download
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
I
but-
actually
but-
don't buy many of those, though. I'm in it for games I can't get anywhere else, like
Okay.
Exactly.
the indie and the smaller dev titles, because I personally, and I'm kind of skipping around here, I still like to hold a game in my hand. I appreciate the art of the graphical design on the case, and I'm upset that we're going to have less manuals, because that used to be a way of, you're on the way home, you just check that, and you're like, oh, this is awesome, check out X feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I
Plus-
completely agree.
Plus, the thing is, sorry.
No, go ahead.
They charge full price for those games when they're not putting it in a box, they don't have it on a disc.
Yeah.
And I'm
They're not paying factory workers. They're
Yeah,
not
they're
buying
not-
the machinery.
So they're just taking more money. They're not giving me a reason to actually buy
I
that.
agree. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
on the digital distribution front of full retail games, I think we all agree, even though I haven't heard Dre say, so we'll ask him in a second, they need to start reducing the cost. They need to make me want to
Absolutely.
download it instead of the physical media. I mean, they're already ditching the books to save money. They're cutting up the plastic cases to save money.
Yeah.
Some games dropped the books entirely and print
Yeah.
the
Resident Evil
hazards
6.
on the back of the what is that called?
The cover.
The jacket, the cover jacket.
sleeve.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
thank you.
jacket, yes.
The sleeve, yes.
Well, let's get Dre's input on this, because I think it's going to be similar in mine, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think, I don't know, there were a couple games that I found on, like, on Xbox Live Arcade where it's like, oh, hey, I could just download the full thing if I wanted to. It kind of interested me, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Wasn't there somebody we talked about at some point who was actually selling a downloadable copy for a higher price than the physical copy.
I don't remember
Yeah.
the details, but that was happening on Nintendo's front. That was on the 3DS.
We lost him for a second there.
Yeah.
Nintendo's eShop crap, or Virtual Console. Because they have a standardized price, too.
Yeah, it was
And just to
Nintendo.
hold
I
up,
don't remember what game it was.
Mayakai is saying that Nintendo still does all their instruction manuals right, and I agree with that because the last games I've bought for Nintendo or Nintendo that made it, they all had instruction manuals, all in color, and they're just like they were 20 years ago.
Thank goodness for that.
Who bought a copy of Pure Solar for Sega Genesis that came out?
I have it.
I haven't.
The way they packaged that game was amazing.
So what's that on?
It's Sega Genesis. That was
Oh,
a game.
just Sega Genesis? I thought it was like a
Good
DLC
OG
thing.
freaking Sega Genesis.
Oh, sweet. I'll have
And-
to check that out.
Yeah, it's a really hard game too. I beat it. That was the game that I told you. Remember when I was like, this has the worst poison stat ever of all times in any RPG? That's that game. It's not only do you take damage over time, it does attack down, it does defense down, and it puts mild confusion on your characters that sometimes they won't do what you tell them to do.
Right.
All
Wow.
that. Yeah.
That's like
So,
bad
like,
breath, man.
Yeah. So, like, if you're poisoned and you tell that character to cure their poison, there's a chance they won't do it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and they might just, in fact, turn around and hit one of their own party members instead.
Hey guys!
Crazy.
But yeah, the way they packaged that, they had like all this. The packaging was just how it used to be in the day. It was just loaded.
So
with,
you're paying your money for packaging, and you feel good about
Yes.
the packaging.
yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Now,
But on DLC games, I feel that they should be dropping the price big time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to make up for
Big
that.
time. It
They could've-
bothers me.
like I would expect a AAA title if it come out in digital
40?
only. Yeah, be about 40, 45. I think
was
that
gonna
would
say
be fair.
45. Yeah.
45.
I would
Yeah,
pay
around there.
$45.
Unanimous.
Yes.
Get on that, user or
Yeah.
companies.
And when you do download it, they tend to lock it in with DRM. And on a console, you don't typically see that DRM affecting your ownership at all because you're playing on the one device that can play it. So
Right.
you're not typically moving it. However, some people do have multiple 360s, and I'm one of those people. So I play
Yeah,
in the
me
living room.
too.
My wife gets home. She wants to watch Netflix. Okay, I want to keep playing my game, so I'm just going to take my save and take it on a USB drive and go to the office and play in here. Well, if I bought it on the console in the living room, that console is the owner. My account
Right.
has rights to play it on any other console as long as I'm online. If I'm not online here in the office, I can't play my game. I can't keep going.
What happens if you just take your hard drive out of one console and slam it in
Nope.
another?
I ain't
does
doing
not do
all
it.
that work.
That
That does not do it.
Okay.
Nope.
Plus, I have two different kinds of 360s.
Well,
The
hey,
sadly.
motherboard itself has like a little ID to it, just like when you
Yeah.
swap out the disk drives and the boards to the disk drives when you're trying to fix your own 360s. They're kind of married, so you
Okay.
can't really do that. It's the same thing.
PlayStation 3 does that too. In fact, if you take a hard drive out of a PlayStation 3, put it in another one, it will not even read that hard drive. It'll be like, you need to format this drive before you can use it.
Yeah, I heard
Wow.
about that. That's ridiculous.
That is outrageous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
It's not, it's like, they're not, it's more than marriage. It's like super marriage.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, though, that's a part of the TOS, and I was actually a child account on Xbox till last night, and I didn't realize it because we did Family Gold. Got promoted, and I actually read the TOS in full, and
No one
they
does
basically say on Microsoft that they can take away your game ownership at any time for any reason. Not saying they would, but that's a little bit disturbing that that's a standard agreement, apparently.
Well, let me tell you
So-
something. Microsoft, you can kiss my ass.
that.
And I don't curse on this thing, But no, that is effed up. They can kiss my big black ass.
So they're trying to say that everything you download, not only are they locking it to the system with their DRM, but they're saying that you don't even own it yet. You're renting, essentially.
Well, no, I think what they're saying is what you paid for, your money bought the Microsoft points. That's what you owned, and that's what you used. You can use it on a game, but you didn't buy the game.
Geez.
It's like rentals.
I see.
It's like long-term rentals.
Elite.
And honestly, I think that the reason they did now, I'm not excusing this. I completely think it's deplorable and despicable, and I do not support this at all. But I think what they're doing is they're just trying to cover their bases if there was ever to be some kind of lawsuit or something or another, and that this is just going to keep them safe from being ruined by some unforeseen force sometime down the road.
Like a game not meeting its rating. Like if a game turns out to have some content that's really questionable, that they have the power to yank it.
Hot coffee. Yep, you're right, Dre.
Yeah.
Hot coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. No, it's which one was that? It's Grand Theft Auto San Andreas?
Yeah, San Andreas.
Okay, so in San Andreas, they released the game with an M rating, but then it turns out there's a sex scene that you can unlock that wasn't supposed to be still in the game. They were supposed to take it completely out, and so they had to yank it from store shelves, but they couldn't take it away from the owners. And they're right, don't take it from the owners. But Microsoft is saying that they can, and that's outrageous.
Yeah.
Which is the dark side of DRM.
So they're saying you don't even own it. So if I don't even own it, that bothers me so much.
Now,
like I've already been saying how badly I've been wanting to be able to sell my digital copies of games. Right now it's impossible. I've been saying forever I've been wanting to be able to do that. And now they're saying, at least on Microsoft systems, if ever companies such as GameStop that's looking for ways to do this.
Do you think that's why they did this?
On GameStop, on GameStop, I'm sure it will probably be with PC, because on PC you could do it like, say you install a GameStop app that handles the codes, handles the what is it called? The unlock the keys. So the GameStop's application could handle the keys, and it could reset the key for your game if let's say you sell it. But to sell it, you have to sell it back online and let their app handle it to get rid of the key and make it so you no longer have the rights. GameStop is looking at a way for you to be able to sell back your used games.
Will they be successful?
Oh, I have no idea. They said this back in June.
Well,
and I haven't heard anything of it since. But there are ways to do it already, and in the non-gaming marketplace, it's already happening. So you could go to, let's say, Kindle. This book is really good. Hey, you have a Kindle? Great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lend it to you. So what that does is it says, for 2 weeks, I can't read this book on my device, but for 2 weeks, someone who I emailed it to can on theirs.
That's an awesome thing.
It is. And not only that, public libraries have been doing this for years. You could go to a public library here in Goodyear. Basically, all of the public libraries in Maricopa, I know for sure. I don't know about anything beyond my bubble of the world. Maricopa County, here in Arizona. You can go to the library, get a card. With that card, you could sign in to their crap online and all that stuff. And you can just borrow a book. You can borrow an ebook, an audio book, however you want to borrow a book,
you
a
can
magazine.
do that here, too. But the game industry doesn't want that. They don't even want Redbox to exist. Which
true.
is what the creator of Redbox said. They were like, no, people could try out our games for $1 for a whole night and play like 4 hours.
And find out they don't want to spend 60.
It.
Yeah, but
it's ridiculous.
The reason I'm even a gamer is because of Blockbuster. Oh gosh, that's a long time ago. But renting Blockbuster games, I was able to play a lot of games, and now that I'm an adult, I buy a lot more games.
Yep,
yeah,
absolutely.
So it's really short-sighted to be against rentals.
Well, it's kind of that's kind of our generation.
Kids these days are going to be going to Redbox and GameFly and that's how they try games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Although
it's
a
like
lot of
their
them now are
Blockbuster.
demos online, and a lot of gamers rely on online demos.
On that
Yeah,
note,
if a game... Oh, go ahead.
if they're worried about like people trying out games, then why are they giving out demos?
Right.
Yeah.
Because they can limit those, though, to what they want you to see.
If you go to Redbox, that's the actual entire game. You could pay what $5 for 2 days
And beat it.
You could blow through the entire game in a weekend.
Yes.
And
Yes,
you
most
have the
games
$60
nowadays.
experience for $5.
Well, you got a point there. I rented Kirby 64 once and actually beat it during that one rental period.
Yeah.
And did you
I
buy
never
it after
bought
that?
it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm technically am going to buy it because I'm getting that Kirby's Anniversary Collection thing now, but
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
otherwise, yeah, I got the full
Now,
$60 experience for $3.
now back on the talk of DRM.
Mm-hmm.
DRM is a completely different beast on the PC side. They actually do things that you don't have to worry about on console, like with like my most recent escapade in PC gaming was Diablo 3, right? You could not play the game unless you're connected to the internet because you had to log into your Battle.net account. Right?
Boo!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also-
it wasn't a good system.
Also, you get kicked offline, or not, you get kicked offline whenever they got a patch or update. And if you're offline, you don't play the game. So you will not be able to play the game that you paid $60 for based on what the developers of the game are doing, which is absolutely stupid. I can't stand that either.
Yeah.
Right. It's not
Horrible.
even an MMO, really. They
Nope.
reduced the max party for that game. And then the actual devs went out and released Torchlight,
that's
but that's
messed up.
neither here nor there.
It's just, I don't want to sit there and pay a full price for a game that, you know, and you know what? You don't even have to buy, like, this is, and it's $60 again for the digital version. You don't even get the box and the disc, and you still have to put up with that crap. I mean,
Exactly. I'm just, we've covered part of this. I'm really concerned about how now companies are like, you pay for the service, and this is also pertaining to Hulu, but it's the only way cable companies and whatnot would agree to it, or actually, not cable companies, the networks. The whole, you have to have advertising alongside a paid service thing.
Right.
no,
That's ridiculous.
yeah, we really need to move forward. The media needs to move forward and evolve in such a way where paid service is not full of advertisement. If
Commercialized.
it can't be commercialized advertisement. It needs to be what is
I'm
that?
I'm not paying for advertisements. I don't want to pay for advertisements. I want to pay for
Yes.
not advertisements.
Absolutely.
Right.
But
that's how it should be.
They've been doing it on cable for a while now, and that's something that's bothered me. Is it used to be if you're watching a cable channel, there are no commercials, just shows. And yet if you're watching an over-the-air channel, okay, you get your commercials because that's a free channel.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore.
Well,
the
now
thing
everybody
is-
has cable.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if you want to do advertisement in a paid service, there is such a thing as non-intrusive advertising.
Yes.
And if done right, I don't have a problem with that. You know? Free.
Absolutely.
And all right, this is just going to be
Yeah.
a little off topic. I'm just going to throw this out here real quick.
Go ahead.
People
Throw it.
who get on to you online for using ad block because it's free content for you is BS. I pay for my monthly bills. I pay monthly bills for my internet service that's fed to my computer every month. And
Right.
that money doesn't go to the person providing the free content, but I still pay for my internet.
Yes, and what would end up happening is if everybody starts using AdBlock, though, now to watch YouTube, you're going to have to subscribe just like you do to Hulu, or they're going to include ads in the videos within it, embedded. That's the only other option.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What do you mean? Wait, what?
I heard
So-
subscribe to YouTube to not
Yes.
have ads. Since
So
when does
if everybody uses AdBlock, you're stopping YouTube from gaining revenue because they make money on ads on the site. That's just how the internet works.
Again,
Websites make money if there's an ad on the site that you view. Your eyeballs are money. So if you're not watching those ads, if you're not seeing those ads, they're not making money on your time. If everybody does that, suddenly they're not making any money, and yet they're getting all these hits. So they're paying for servers to manage to be able to handle the hits and to hold the content, and they're not making any money back because it literally stops them from getting money if those ads aren't displayed.
But again,
and I agree with you that if it's a free thing on the internet, it should be free. You're paying to access the internet, right? The only other option is that content. They don't have to give you that content for free. YouTube doesn't have to be free.
Nope.
I mean, nobody here. I'm not trying to sound like I'm attacking you at all based on your argument. I'm just saying this very broadly.
Oh, definitely.
YouTube,
I mean, I use AdBlock.
Yeah. YouTube does not is not a right. It's just something on the internet. So if they want to charge us, they can charge us.
Now, like look what happened to Vidler.
Well, I just want to point this out real quick. People are using AdBlock Plus. If you actually read their site when you're on it, they do not block non-intrusive advertising.
Exactly.
Right.
Because they believe like we do. And I actually turn off AdBlock Plus for some Twitch streams. I want to support those people. So I don't mind a 30-second blip every now and then because that's my personal choice on this one.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, on this, I want to support him because I like what he's doing and I want to keep him doing it. So I turn off AdBlock Plus for some of my Twitch channels I watch.
But I'm not going to sit there and look at a banner on YouTube at the very top of the page that literally takes up a third of the screen.
Or a 90-second video before your 10-second clip.
Yes.
Oh, that kills me.
That's one reason why I do the ad block thing. Another thing is sometimes I just want to scan through videos looking for a specific one, and I don't want to go through a 10, 15-second commercial just to see if I even want to watch the video.
Exactly, and that's why I won't monetize, really. That and, you know, partially kind of illegal with certain copyright stuff. But it's clear we got a lot to say on this, guys, and I hope our audience doesn't mind. I know we don't mind because we love to talk. We're probably going to drag this topic over into the next episode as well. As the main topic, basically,
cool,
again.
Cool.
We have a lot. We barely scratched DLC.
Yeah, I have a lot of things to still say about this.
Exactly.
I didn't even go into detail on anything I said, and I still have new things to say.
I know it's just gonna have to be another huge thing next episode.
It's gonna be MagCast, the first part 2 of MagCast.
Oh my god! What will happen to Lantis? He just drove a car off the cliff.
To be continued.
Dun dun dun. Turns out it was all a dream, and he married his twin sister.
M. Night Shyamalan, is that
you? and you were there.
Nice.
Very good.
But we're going to open it up for questions, and to kick it off, I got one from email from one of our site members.
Yay!
This one is from Vanquish3000, from the mag, obviously. And it is, what do you think about PS3 Skyrim owners refusing to buy Dishonored until Dawnguard and Hearthfire DLC is released for the PS3? The add-on content is advertised on the back of the PS3 Skyrim case. I don't know much about this.
Not that add-on content. Just add-on content is something that Skyrim can do.
Well, you know what? There's a certain product I would offer or like to suggest to these users. It's called Preparation Age, and it does feel good on the whole.
Yeah. I think they absolutely have the right to do this. They want to not buy Dishonored? Great, do it.
Yeah, don't buy it.
Because even if it's a game that you're excited for, if you can get people to not support a developer because they did something that bothers you, if it's wide enough, they're going to take notice.
By all the powers that be, vote with your wallet.
Unless they're Capcom, they will take notice.
Yeah.
Unless they're Capcom.
That's kind of the thing. I am a big believer in speaking with your money. Like, me and my wife literally had an argument when she wanted to go buy Final Fantasy 13 too, because we have a joint account.
Serious?
Yeah. We actually fought because I'm like, that's my money too. I don't want my money going to support Square. That's terrible. I don't want to support that. You know, and
Yeah, I've forbidden buying Sims in our house
Oh, high
Good.
five.
because of secure ROM.
Although SimCity unfortunately does include Sims.
Yeah, and I won't get it because of secure ROM. I'm sorry, Maxis. Why did you sell your souls?
Yeah, I'm so excited for SimCity, but that's another episode. I can talk for 3 hours
Yeah.
about SimCity,
We
and
should
I've done
just
that in the
go
chat
ahead
and
and do
annoyed many
that,
people.
too.
Yeah.
But real quick to finish up his question, part of it that we didn't even mention to anybody who isn't familiar with the situation, Dawnguard and Hearthfire are DLC contents for Skyrim, and they apparently built the game in a way that the PlayStation 3 version is unable to accept the DLC. So
What?
it's out on PC, it's out on Xbox, has been for months, and Bethesda can't make their own DLC work on a game that they released.
What?
Well,
So
Okay.
that's why everybody is mad. They want this to be resolved. And somewhat to their defense, they've brought in people from Sony to try to help them to get it work. But it looks
Yeah.
like if this DLC is going to hit, they're going to have to patch the initial game and rewrite a lot of the DLC.
Also, the creators of Horse Armor.
Oh yeah, horse armor.
Oh boy.
Wow.
God.
Oh,
Back in
horse
the
armor.
That's why
heyday.
no one trusts them.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And their
That-
games
that
their
is
games
a
have been glitchy for
huge
years. I mean,
fail.
the long necks on Fallout are outrageous.
Honestly,
Uh,
yeah. Go ahead.
So the fact that they can't get this to work on their own game isn't a huge surprise to me, because they look at the PC to make their games and the Xbox to make their games, and the architecture of those two systems are very similar. So they went down a path that took them away from being able to fully support the PS3. It took a lot for them to get Skyrim to work on the PS3 in the first place, and they should have seen this coming.
Guys,
Okay.
so guys that are supporting this motion to not buy Dishonored until they fix that, I would even say take it a step farther. Don't buy Dishonored at all. Go buy
Yeah.
BioShock 1 or 2, because those games are exactly what Dishonored is, just absolutely better on every front. Like, the environment it's a much more interesting locale. The magic spells and weapons you use it's a completely better set. They're upgradable and all that stuff. Like, it's everything that BioShock is, but better. Like, absolutely hands down. And be excited for BioShock Infinite too.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
You ain't lying.
I mean, why get watered down?
You know.
I guess.
But no, I completely support you guys, or people that are worried about that.
Yes.
But you could always just, get an Xbox where
Just
things will work.
I hate to sound like a fanboy, but typically games work on the Xbox, and
Right.
the online environments are supported, and that's what the money is going towards. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like an elitist or some rich guy, because I'm neither of those, but an Xbox typically is the better way this generation to play games, to get DLC, to be online.
right.
It just is. I don't want to sound like a fanboy,
No,
but it is.
Like, I'm coming from a mainly Nintendo background, but Microsoft did a very good job with their online platform. Nintendo needs to just copy Xbox Live, call it Nintendo Live, and that's it.
I just want to confess right now, the first time I actually owned a Sega Genesis was when I bought Pure Solar, like 2 years ago. That's the first time. Yeah, I never owned a Sega until then.
Wow.
What is wrong with you?
I grew
That's a
no,
surprise.
I grew up a Nintendo boy. From NES up to
Nintendo
Nintendo
boy.
64. My first non-Nintendo console was a PlayStation 1.
Mine was.
Wow.
Well, no, it wasn't. I had a Sega Genesis.
Yeah, I have a Sega
Yeah.
too. I actually
Oh,
got
man,
a
I
Sega
played
before an SNES.
The best of both worlds, y'all.
Yeah. No, not saying that there's anything wrong with Sega Genesis. Sega Genesis is a wonderful console. It's amazing games, but I'm just saying, I have a very deeply rooted Nintendo background.
Same.
Yeah. Most of us do. And I hope you guys don't mind, but I actually have to be heading off. So if we could,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, Bot. And then we'll just wrap up the show then, I guess,
wonderful.
while you're heading out.
Get out!
So,
I guess this is
Thanks
one
for
time
having
to
me.
actually be like,
Thanks
get out.
for indulging me at times, and I have
we all
a
love
lot
you.
to say about DRM, digital distribution, and the fact that money goes to the developers, the publishers, if you buy digital and not used copies, and more and more and more and more. Money speaks volumes.
Part 2.
Part 2. So anyways, guys, thanks for listening to the MagCast. I'd like to thank all of the people that joined today. I'd like to thank the chat. And I would like to advise you all to check everyone's stuff out, which will be linked in the show description on YouTube. Go ahead and check out everyone's channels. Lantis has a new race coming up of Super Mario Bros. 3 here pretty soon.
Part 1's actually already out.
Dre is doing some awesome long play stuff, and it's just entertaining to watch. And Ix is doing something, I'm sure. I don't know.
I'm doing the survival LP. That's my game I made 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm writing the strategy guide for it as I'm speaking.
It's vintage RPG Maker, though.
It is.
Classic. It's good stuff.
It's good stuff. And Insultapod, as always, is usually streaming something every night on Twitch TV. Super entertaining. You should watch him. But,
we don't need lies to make friends. It's semi-entertaining.
Hey!
Semi-entertaining.
You're just being self-deprecating at this point. It really is good.
Self-defecating? Yes. Gross.
Deprecating. Oh. Wow. I was dislocated at the race there. No. I am so sorry.
That would be super entertaining.
You can come to my channel for that, though. I'm just working on Breath of Fire 3. And I did a Mario Golf video, which was absolutely stupid, and I did it in a night. But
I love that video. That was really good, and that has inspired me to maybe do some of those myself.
You need to. I want to see a Lantis one.
Actually, I have a suggestion for the next Let's Race. It's actually Let's Golf, and we don't race, we do a tournament.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, I'll do it off the cuff.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, guys, I just want to encourage you to send in your questions or your comments or your trolls to RPGMMagCast@gmail.com. And now we also have a phone number, so we can play your question on the show if you want.
What?
Yeah, what? But
call us up, pretend to be celebrities. It'll be great.
Yeah. So I'll just hand out this number, which also rings my cell phone. So I'm going to ignore you and you can leave a voicemail. It's 330-299-5044. And if you call that and leave a voicemail with a question or whatever, I'll just play it on the show. I'll give it to Bot to play live. So it'll all be good. And I think that's about everything, everyone.
I'm calling it right now.
Just calling it. Go ahead and call. But once again, thanks for listening, guys.
Yep.
See ya.
Later, guys.
Bye.